Presenting the Northwest Bank Wildcat News with Bolt News Director Alex Solzman. News from the Humboldt schools presented every Wednesday at this time by Northwest Bank. Now, here's Alex.
Welcome to Wildcat News on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank. My guest this morning is Greg Thomas. He's the head football coach at Humboldt High School, as well as the activities director. And usually when we get ready to start a new activity season, we have him come in to preview some of the different events and activities that will be going on. And Greg, winter season already starting.
Well, hi, morning, Alex. Yes, it has. You know, and by the looks of things outside, it's here too for a long stretch. But
that's right.
Unfortunately, the weather's a little early. But we do have a lot of winter activities started up. And one of the first things I wanted to mention, Humboldt is going to have a unique opportunity this Friday, November 21st at 5:30. We're going to be hosting a college women's and men's basketball doubleheader in our middle school gym. We're going to have Calvary Bible College is hosting one of their games with another seminary school out of Minnesota, and that game, the women's game, is going to start at 5:30 in the middle school gym, and the men's game is going to tip off at 7:30, and that's free admission. So there is a middle school dance going on that night in the cafeteria, so we ask anybody that wants to come around to the west side back by the multi-purpose room and come in the west doors of the middle school.
But some parents want to come check on their kids, right?
There you go. That's a good idea, Alex.
How did we get that game?
Well, they had a gym lined up in the area, and plans fell through, so I got a call last Friday, and we worked out some details, and so it's going to be a neat opportunity for, I know if some of our high school kids plan on going, and Coach Mullen and Coach Mooney are going to, they're very kind about, adjusting practices in our middle school staff. So, kind of a neat opportunity for our fan base around Humboldt. But, some of the other activities that are started already, the robotics team is back in action, coached by Mr. Ryan Bowman. We're actually hosting a robotics contest here on January 17th, so that's an exciting opportunity for our kids to kind of showcase our school and what they're putting into their project this year. We have our regular FFA monthly meetings going on. Quiz Bowl has started. They've already had one competition. The next competition, they head to Storm Lake on December 6th, and then South O'Brien on December 13th. Drill team is gearing up for their big push here. They have a state drill team is in Des Moines on Thursday and Friday, December 4th and 5th, so that's fast approaching. On Thursday of the state routine, they're going to at 5:00 they'll be doing their palm routine, and on Friday, December 5th, at noon they'll be doing their hoopla routine, and they'll also be performing at halftime of basketball games this winter. And we have moved drill team up this year significantly. Drill team's plan is scheduled for Saturday, January 31st, so a little bit earlier in the calendar this year. Large group speech competition practice is started, and the first competition for the regional competition will be Saturday, January 24th, and the individual districts competition is Saturday, February 28th. So those dates will be here before you know it. Also, our high school jazz band practice is underway, been going for several weeks, and their first competition is Saturday, December 6th at Fort Dodge at 8 a.m. So a lot of things happening on that first weekend in December. Music and band concerts, just kind of go down that list. If you've got a 5th and 6th grade band member, that concert is Monday, December 1st at 7 o'clock. All these concerts are 7 o'clock at Carlson Auditorium. Middle school holiday concert is Tuesday, December 9th. That consists of our 6th through 8th grade chorus and our 7th and 8th grade band. And then we have high school band and vocal concert on Monday, December 15th at 7 o'clock. And then our Taft Winter Program with grades 2 and 3 is Thursday, December 18th. And then our DARE graduation will be in the auditorium on Monday, November 24th. It's starting at 6:30. So a lot of activities for the kids to be in, and we haven't even touched the sports yet.
That's right, and we'll touch on those sports when we come back. You're listening to Wildcat News on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank.
Hi, this is Julie Clendenin with Northwest Bank. Northwest Bank is proud of its partnership with the Humboldt Community Schools. Northwest Bank supports Wildcat academics and athletics and wishes the players, students, and parents continued success. Commitment you can bank on isn't just a slogan, it's the way we conduct our business to meet the needs of our customers. We offer great rates, great products, and superior service. Whether you're buying a house or shopping for a new car, come experience the difference. Northwest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Wildcat News on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank. I'm Alex Salzman. My guest this morning is Greg Thomas, Humboldt High School Activities Director. We're going through some of the winter activities as we're already starting the winter activities and athletic seasons, and it's now time to move on to the athletics, Greg. I know some practices have already started. What do you got in store for us here this winter?
Well, you're right. Girls basketball are in their second week of practice. They started on November 10th. They tip off action this Thursday night down in a jamboree down at Iowa Central. That got snowed out last year, unfortunately, but we're planning on playing Manson Northwest Webster at 6:50 is the tip-off. 6:50 at Iowa Central this Thursday night. And the opener, regular season opener, is this Tuesday, November 25th, at home against a very good Pocahontas area team. That's going to be a triple header. The ninth grade is going to start at 4:30, followed by the JV around 6:15, and the varsity will be after the JV around 7:45. So be some really good basketball in the Humboldt Gym on November 25th, the girls' action. And our North Central Conference opener is Friday, December 5th, when we travel to St. Edmunds. And both JV girls and boys will start at 4:30 in their two gyms, and then the varsity girls will start at 6:15. The boys started practice on Monday this week, and they're going two-a-days like the girls did last week. Their jamboree is at Iowa Central on Saturday, November 30th, where they'll take on Carroll Kemper at 1 o'clock. Then they're going to load up the bus, and we're going to play in a spirit game that's going to be held actually in Spirit Lake on that same Saturday, November 30th, and we're going to play Spirit Lake at 6:45 in Spirit Lake. So boys will have their share of basketball, a game and a half of basketball on the 30th of November. Their opener is December 2nd, and we host Manson Northwest Webster here, and that will be a JV varsity girl-boy double or a quad, with the girls' JV game starting at 3:45 in the high school gym. And our North Central Conference opener for the boys, like I mentioned, is against St. Edmunds December 5th, with the boys' game tipping off at 7:45 or around there. And it's always tight quarters down there at St. Ed, so if you want to watch that basketball game, you better get there early to get a good seat.
That'll be our first KHBT broadcast, too. It's tight up in the crow's nest up there, too, doing the broadcast.
It's a fun atmosphere, especially when we can get out and get on them. But most of our JV and varsity contests will be a quad format like we've done the last several years, with the JV girls playing first, followed by the JV boys, then the varsity girls and varsity boys. We do have a few JV varsity girl games sprinkled in here and there, and toward the end of the season, some of the boys' JV varsity games. We typically play on Tuesdays and Friday nights. All the home quads, we're going to play all four games back in the high school gym this year, with the JV girls game starting at 3:45. We're going to shoot for the boys game JV boys game starting at 5, and then the varsity girls at 6:15, varsity boys at 7:45. So on the road, sometimes the JV games, if there's two gyms, they'll play the JV and the JV girls and boys at the same time at 4:30. Sometimes, if they don't have two gyms available, they start the JV girls game at 3:45. And the North Central Conference admission price is $5 for everyone, kindergarten through adult. Most of our ninth grade games are 6:30, and they're a girl-boy format on Mondays and Thursdays. There's a few area teams that we have scheduled that don't have enough for ninth grade girls this year, but most of them are going to be girl-boy doubleheaders starting at 6:30. Then wrestling also started this Monday practice. They're going two-a-days also, and their opener is Thursday, December 4th against Esterville Lincoln Central. There's a site change and a time change with that. We are wrestling at Esterville, but they're going to tie it in with a college wrestling match at Iowa Lakes Community College. So our high school JV matches are going to start at 5:30 at Iowa Lakes. and then the varsity is going to wrestle, and then after that, the varsity Iowa Lakes wrestling team is going to perform. So it'll be a full night of wrestling if you want to stick around and watch all of that up there at Iowa Lakes Community College. We host our second annual Joe Fitch Invitational here on Friday, December 5th, starting at 4:30. Last year we renamed that in honor of Coach Fitch, and we had a neat ceremony with his two boys on hand for that. And so we're looking forward to a good tournament on the 5th of December. And then our dual meets start at 6:30 with the JV matches first. And then our double duels, we'll have 2 mats going, and those start at 6 o'clock with the JV matches first. And the way we do our double duels in the conference is the host team will wrestle the team that is traveling the farthest will go first, so we can get that team home. They'll wrestle the first 2 matches and get on the road. So we did also learn recently that Humboldt will be hosting one of the 2A sectional wrestling tournaments here on Saturday, February 7th. So that's a big wrestling tournament for us to host, and I know our wrestling fan base will appreciate not having to travel that day. One thing just to note, you wrestling fans, there's a new safety regulation in high school wrestling and middle school wrestling that may increase the length of some of the Saturday tournaments. There has to be at least 5 feet from the edge of the competition circle to the nearest obstruction, which might be a wall or a set of bleachers, and the next wrestling mat. So some of the places that like to crowd 3 mats in there and have the mat going up the wall a little bit, they're not going to be able to do that anymore. So it may increase the length of some of our tournaments that we attend on Saturdays. Cheerleading is going strong too. We've got tryouts, and our wrestling and basketball cheer squads are set for varsity and JV, and they're working hard after school in their practices. Middle school practices are already in their 3rd week of basketball and wrestling. Almost all of our middle school games we played in the new middle school gym at 1400 Wildcat Road. Our indoor activities for wrestling and basketball start at 4:15. Our girls' first game is Monday, November 24th. Our 7th grade girls host St. Edmunds at 4:15, and our 8th grade girls head to St. Edmunds at 4:15. Our boys then play on Tuesday, November 25th, and the 7th grade boys host St. Edmunds, and our 8th grade boys head to St. Edmunds. First wrestling match is our opener is Monday, December 2nd, and that is at Ogden, and that one's at 4:30 since that one's on the road. I just do call our fans' attention to the schedules are subject to change, especially with the weather in the wintertime. Please double-check our website at humboldt.k12.ia.us. Click on calendars and then click on activities, and that'll give you the most up-to-date schedule information. Also, for weather-related postponements, tune your radio to KHBT 97.7 The Bolt. We try to get things out as fast as we know. You can also call Julie. She can help you get some set up with some email alerts. You can go on our website, and if you want to know if you have a 9th grade son and he's out for basketball, anytime we have a change to their schedule, you can sign up and you'll get any kind of alert when that schedule changes. So, did want to mention too, our booster club, our athletic booster club, is sponsoring our annual pie auctions this year. Excuse me. For our wrestling pie auction, it's going to be Thursday, December 11th, when we host a double duel with Algona and St. Edmund. And our basketball pie auction is going to be Friday, January 16th, when we host Algona. And our booster club will also have pork loin feeds. That is December 5th for our wrestling and December 11th. And then in basketball, it's January 9th and January 16th. But a lot of activities, a lot of opportunity to come out and support the Wildcats. We just ask everybody to travel safely this winter and stay tuned to the radio and to our website. Make sure that a game that you're planning on going hasn't been moved or postponed because of weather.
That's right. They do a terrific job of getting that calendar updated. And I've noticed, too, when they make changes, they usually put it in red font, so it's pretty easy to spot when they make those changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was Greg Thomas, Humboldt High School Activities Director. Greg, thanks for coming in and for sharing all that information.
Thanks for having us, Alex.
That was Wildcat News on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank.
This has been the Northwest Bank Wildcat News Program, presented every Wednesday at this time by Northwest Bank.